because I have been hurt before and it was done, the accident was at home. When I filled out my paperwork, I did not claim that the injury was done at work. However, because I've had surgery and several surgeries, and the injury is an ongoing injury, if I get hurt at work because of the injury being ongoing, would I have a case through my employer, or would it be just on my own? Thanks a lot for taking my call. Y'all have a great night.
Hey, Mark, don't leave me. Are you still there? All right. I think he hung up. Well, Mark, it's not unusual to have a pre-existing condition. In fact, everybody has them. As soon as we get older, you start having pre-existing conditions. And you can have a pre-existing injury. And you can be having ongoing treatment. But if you're able to work full time and you're doing your duties satisfactorily for the employer, I would think, as a general rule, and I feel confident that's the case in Georgia, and I'm going to follow up with Steve in just a minute. If you have a superadded injury from work, I would think that the South Carolina workers' compensation would apply. But I'd encourage you to call Ronnie Maxwell in the morning. Ronnie appears on a show regularly, and we refer South Carolina workers' compensation claims to him. And if you're a South Carolina resident, but you had the injury in Georgia, Steve's about to tell you what the rule is in Georgia.
Thank you. Actually, in Georgia, we have what is called an aggravational injury. So they represent kind of a baseline of what your pre-existing condition is. If the injury or the work activities worsen that, then it is covered under Georgia workers' compensation law to the degree that you have not returned back to your pre-injury condition.
So common sense language would be what? Let's say, for example, Mark was at work and doing medium to heavy duty work, and he has an aggravation of a pre-existing condition and can't go back to medium or heavy duty work.
That is something that would be covered. If the doctor places you on further restrictions as a result of the work injury, then the employer is going to have to accommodate those restrictions, or they're going to have to pay your workers' comp weekly benefits.